So over 3.1 million people are in blackouts right now, do not have power. 3.1 million people. All right. And these are US citizens. This isn't like some random country. These are US citizens that are sitting in the dark right now. And this could be us. This is happening all over the country. All right. Even places like California are having threats of rolling blackouts as well. And this is just a wake-up call to be prepared. All right, what would you do? It's so hot every day lately. It's been 100 degrees. All right, my animals are dying. They're not literally dying, but you know what I mean. They're stressing from the heat. They're not liking it. I'm having to pour water on my chickens all the time to keep them cool, make sure they constantly have water. It's been nuts. Imagine not having power right now too, or be able to even just turn a fan on, all right, to cool yourself down. So if you haven't heard what's going on in Puerto Rico right now, this is a US territory. These are US citizens. Over 3.1 million people are in blackout right now. The whole island is shut down, no power, no lights. And this is from a hurricane. All right, so it's Hurricane Fiona, and this is pretty much devastated the island. All right, and it seems like Puerto Rico's always getting smacked with these massive hurricanes. What's going on? It seems like Puerto Rico is just always the main target right before they go to Florida. Some good news: it looks like this one is not going to go towards Florida for their mapping, but you never know. Their mapping is very wide ranged, and it's honestly wrong a lot of the times. They don't really know what it's going to do. So it could be a threat to Florida, but they're saying it's not going to be. It's just going to pass through Puerto Rico. But what would you do? All right, what would you do if there's rolling blackouts? What would you do if the energy bill's too high? What would you do if there's a massive storm, there's a tornado, there's all these different natural disasters that could hit at any time that could easily just wipe our power out? And a lot of states are not equipped. All right, some states have their power lines underground for tornadoes, earthquakes, all that stuff, bad storms, but a lot of states are not equipped. It's very basic, rudimentary power systems, and they can easily be wiped out just from a storm, much less if somebody was intentionally trying to wipe these things out. All right, so this is huge. These are US citizens. What would you do? Do you have a generator? Do you have solar? Do you have a little solar book, a little solar panel, something like that could save your life? All right, and there's been congressional reports with the United States Congress, all right, where they've done studies on North Korean EMPs. So an EMP, electromagnetic pulse, would potentially wipe out America's power grid, okay? If it was detonated, they said around like St. Louis area, Missouri. If it was detonated over that area, it could potentially wipe out all of North America. This is a congressional report that they made a few years ago when North Korea was going crazy, making crazy threats. And they said over 90% of the United States population would potentially be wiped out within 1 year. Within a year. That's huge. That's huge. They're saying if the power goes out, if the lights goes out, and this could be a cyber attack, this could be a natural disaster, this could be a coordinated event where there's bad actors that coordinate, to take out the power grid. There's all these massive transformer stations, power exchange stations, whatever they're called. I'm probably butchering it. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But these transfer stations that are right on the side of highways, massive, that probably supply, to cities and stuff like that. And you just drive by them. Sometimes you already drive under them to like get to a little park. I had to do that recently, drive under a whole transfer station. It was like over my head to get to a park. So it's very vulnerable. It's very out in the open, and it's very just not fortified. And they're telling us at the same time that we need to, everything needs to be electric. We need to get rid of gas cars. We need to, you know, everything. Look at California. Look at what they're doing. All right. All these different dystopian ideas are being pushed at the same time that the power could go out at any moment. Don't we want to have all of these resources at our disposal? And liquid natural gas prices have doubled. All right. A lot of people don't realize that gas is used to heat a lot of different things. All right. And it powers factories, and some of it is converted into electricity. All right. It's all energy, and it's all converted into megawatt hours at the end of the day. So these prices have doubled in North America. All right. They've doubled, not just 10x in France and Germany, like I talk about, but they've doubled in North America. All right. I just read an article today saying this, that expect people's, energy bills to be extremely high this winter. All right. And a lot of people might supplement electrical heat for, propane or gas or whatever they're using. But even that, their electric bill is going up so much too that it's going to be unsustainable. All right. So let me know what you guys are doing to get prepared. I lived in Florida, most of my life. I grew up in Florida, and we got smacked with hurricanes after hurricanes after hurricane. And it was this weird time period. It was like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, where Florida was getting hit constantly, and there was billions of dollars in damage. And there was moments where the power was out for weeks, right? I think the longest we had it was like 2 or 3 weeks. And when you're a kid, that feels like eternity. Even for anyone, that would feel like eternity after 2 weeks. And it's a different kind of thing when you don't have power in your own home for weeks. It's a different environment. It's not your home anymore. You can't flip on the switch. Your fridge doesn't work. You might not be able to flush the toilet. All right. Because if the power's out at the pump station, then they can't pump the water. There's no water coming in. All right. We've had that happen before. Thankfully, it wasn't on that 2-week one, but we've had it happen where our water's off because we have a well too. Our well's on water. And then we also had city water. We had both. We had well for the grass and city water for the house. And they were off because the power was out, and the pump was out for the city as well. So this could affect everyone. Look at Mississippi. All right. Mississippi, they had pump failure. All right. And the rivers were overflowing, and the pump houses were overflowing. And that's why we had a disaster there, because the pumps were failing. All right. They were running on emergency pumps, and then that failed too. So this could happen anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. All right. And it can happen quick. These people in Puerto Rico probably weren't expecting it. And where do they go? They're on an island. They can't just like go to a different state or something. All right. And most people don't just have the resources to dip out to a different state at a moment's notice. So let me know what you guys are doing. What are you doing to get prepared? What's your backup electrical source? All right. You need to have something. Even a little Walmart solar panel charger that's $15 for your phone or something could save you, because you could not have power and need to use your phone in an emergency to call someone. All right. And the grid might be down in your area. So have these little things, have little charger sticks. There's little sticks for your phone too that you can like charge up and just keep, that you can plug into. It's like a little battery bank or whatever. Look into stuff like that. There's all these ideas, all these little cool gadgets. I don't have any affiliates or anything like that. I'm not pushing anything. There's no links. This is just all stuff that I have in my bug out bag and with my prep gear. So let me know what you guys think, and you have a big old blessed day.